everyone, welcome. I'm Amanda. If we've never met before, welcome. Today's flow is going to have a little bit of a focus on back bending, back stability, those types of things, so core work will come with that. So we'll get started on our back in a supported fish pose. So if you don't have a block at your house, anything that you can lay on and sort of arch over, a pillow, a bolster, an extra mat that you can roll up, any type of blankets, anything like that where you can sort of give yourself that supported sort of arch in the back like a fish pose. And if you have two blocks, you might want both. So one will go horizontal on your mat and the other will go vertical for where your head would be. Hi, JB. And then as you're ready, you'll just start to lay yourself down over those blocks. So your block will end up sort of center shoulder blades as you lay on it. So you don't want it too close to the tailbone and you don't want it way up by the neck, but you want it down sort of right between the back of the heart. And then as you find that space, you can choose what to do with the legs. So you might first find a second block or support for the head, and then you can leave the knees bent. You can take them out wide and let them knock in. You can bring the feet together and the knees roll out, or just sort of traditional Shavasana style legs. And once you've gotten to where you are going, just start to breathe. Let that breath come slowly in through the nose and let it empty just as slow right back out. If you'd prefer to take a couple rounds of in-breath through the nose and out through the mouth to just get yourself situated and settling into a deeper breath pattern, that can sometimes be helpful. And as you let the throat open, if that feels uncomfortable, again, just support the head as much as you like. So just because we have a nice lift in the front of the heart and the back bend starting here with support, we might not want it at this phase in our practice up through the neck. And if it feels a little uncomfortable in the front of the chest, you can lower your support prop, whatever you're using. You can skip this and start in Shavasana. Or if it's just a place of a little tightness or a little uncomfort, breathe into that space. Sitting in an open back bend, a wide heart opener like we are here in our supported fish, really allows us to be open and vulnerable. But with that can come a little bit of tension or feelings of sort of vulnerability, a little bit of feeling of wanting to kind of reclose and lay back down and curl into a little ball. So taking note of just what might be surfacing as we stay here. And really assessing, is it something you can work through with your breath, or is it something that is really painful that you need to change how you are set up? And we really start to do that with tuning into our breath, how it feels, how the body adjusts as we deepen and lengthen those breaths. And as we let the exhale send out anything that no longer serves us. So we'll stay here for just a few more moments, breathing deeply and emptying fully. Another couple like that on your own. Just one more, breathing in and exhaling out. So if you took the feet anywhere away from earth, let them come back. You can either press your hands into earth Tuck your chin to your chest and sit up. If that's not comfortable, you can roll towards your right side into a fetal position. And then press yourself back onto your back. So you have to slide those blocks out. So if you sat up to remove the blocks, that works as well. And then come back to your back. Find one of your props and put it on its tallest side that works for you under the sacrum. So supported bridge pose. So if you had the head and neck dropping back in your fish, this will be the opposite. So again, give it time. If you're using a block, they have 3 heights. Find one that suits you. And then start to let the front of the chest lift up towards the throat. Arms can be palms up since you are supported and just hanging out. You can also take them palms down or letting them come up and overhead in a form of surrender. And then again, just breathing into this space, taking note of if it's something you can work through with your breath or if you need to truly adjust the posture to suit you better today. Find those big, deep belly breaths. So big inhale through the nose, let the belly and the abdomen rise up, and then draw it back down. Finding some engagement in the pelvic floor here. So pulling pelvic floor muscles, root muscles up and in to support you from your base. And continuing to let the breath build. And then this next little bit here, if your prop of choice is not super firm or stable, you may want to just use the earth instead. If your arms are overhead or not by your sides, you can lift them back down. If you have a block, you can also sort of hold it. And then one knee at a time, pull the knees up together. If that's comfortable and you want more, extend the legs. If this is not comfortable or you just don't feel supported with that prop, you can get rid of it or change its height setting and do the same thing. Legs up or knees bent. And then we'll use the belly. Again, if this doesn't feel good on your back, adjust or skip it. So you can stay here in this back opening, heart opening inversion variety. Or if you like, keep the left leg up, take a breath, and then let that right leg start to lower. Maybe the heel finds the earth. See if that feels okay to stay. If it doesn't, you can plant the foot on earth as well. And if you feel stable with that block, you can let the arms come back out. So you should feel a little opening in the back of the spine, but also some lengthening building in the front of the body. One more here, take a breath. Stay. Again, if you feel you need that, hold on whatever prop you're using, hands back to it. You can come up with a bent knee and straighten, or the more challenging option is to come back up using your center with a straight leg, thighs touch. Lengthen up through the balls of the feet again. Breathe in, press down through the hands and the shoulders, or hold on to that prop. And then adjust the left leg towards earth. Again, it can be straight for more challenge, bent for less, or you can skip it all together. If that heel presses down comfortably, leave it. If not, plant the foot. So your choice. Again, releasing hands if that feels okay. Take a breath. Press down through the shoulders, but lift up through the front of the sternum, the front of the breastbone, the heart center. One more. Stay. Let that left leg come up and join the right. And then again, you can bend the knees and let both feet come out long. Or if you feel okay with straight legs, they come down together. Sort of like you would set up for fish pose, but instead we'll leave our hips on this block. Sort of like a rainbow arch through the spine. If that does not feel good on the tall setting of whatever your prop is, just make it lower. And then breathe. Again, less is always the option to bend the knee, or to take whatever you are using, set it down a level, and try the same pose out. See how that feels. Skip it all together if you'd like. One more, breathe in. Breathe out, we'll walk the feet back to hip distance, press up into the feet, slide that block or prop out from under, and then curl your knees up into the chest, rocking side to side. And then we'll find a supine twist on each side before we find our way to all fours. So next time the knees go to the right, arms come out side to side. Looking to the left, heel open. Draw the left shoulder back and down. Maybe this right hand to this left leg and help it across. One more here to stay. Breath out. Come back up to center, knees to chest. And then spill to the left, look to the right. Left hand, count again, find the top of that right leg. Looking long over your right side. Shoulders down on earth. One more here. Stay, come back up to center. Tuck the hands behind the backs of the knees and then start to rock and roll yourself front to back. So no rush to find our way to a seat. Take your time, really massaging through the spine. See if you can rock all the way towards the shoulders. And then maybe all the way up to a variety of boat pose. When you feel ready, cross your ankles, roll over the knees, and then plant the hands under the shoulders. Shoulders stack over the wrists. Wrists are about block width apart. That is also about 5 or 6 inches. So if you're ever sort of curious, you can place a block between the hands. And that is generally about your shoulder distance on the horizontal side of that block. And then knees under the hips, drop the belly, flip the heart up and open, cow pose. You can curl those toes into earth if you need more stability. And then scoop together, round cat, squeeze in. Open cow, hips up, heart forward. Rounded in, cat. Do that again, inhale to open. And exhale to round. Just a couple more of those at your own pace. Making them as big or as small as you'd like, and then you can continue with those. Or on your next inhale, drop to cow. And then as you round to cat, send the hips back, pull right. Scoop into your cow, and then to the left and back. Forward to the left, roll up and open, back and around. So these little half sort of circles that come through a variety of a lift and then back through around. Make them again as big or as small as you like. And then as you feel ready, come back to center. Back to your cow pose, heart open. And then this time the cat takes you all the way to earth. Back up, chin to chest. Broaden the collarbone at the end, hips up, heart open. And exhale, scoop, send it back. Maybe come up on tented fingers. Plant the palms, rock it forward, hips up, heart open. And round it back, hips to heels. 3 more of those. Big breath to open. And you can stick with traditional cat-cows if that feels better for you. You can also leave the palms on earth. One more to roll it forward. and send it back. We'll stay. If you have tented fingers, maybe walk them a little further out. And then glue the palms down. So the child's pose here, the knees are a little tighter together than maybe our normal wide-legged child's pose. Hips are still on those heels. You may find that your head floats, or maybe it connects with earth. One more to stay. Take a breath and empty. As you're ready, come back up to that table. Curl the toes, plant the palms, and then lift the hips to your first downward facing dog. And in your dog here, let your heels find some heaviness. Lift up through the back of the hips. Spread the fingers wide into the earth. Put a soft bend in the back of the knees. Take a breath. Empty it out. Another inhale. And an exhale. Just one more here. Breathe in. And breathe out. On your next breath in, lift the heels. And then exhale, sink them down. So we're not trying to slide forward, but just lifting through the back of the legs. Chest actually gets closer to the thighs, but the ribs hook up and in. Heels sink, shoulders press back. 3 more of those. Inhale to lift and lengthen. Exhale, sink. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. 2 more. Breathe in to rise. Breathe out to lower. Last one here. Take an inhale to lift. Exhale to sink. On this next breath in, come up to toes, put a bend in your knees, look at your thumbs, and then walk yourself all the way up to a fold. We'll let the feet come out wider today, right hand to left, left to right. Hang in that ragdoll. Let the head drop a little heavier. Let the hips lift a little taller. Soften the back of the knees and drape the chest over the thigh bones. And then shift your weight to your right foot and sort of rock to your right, and then come back to center, breath out. Shift the weight to the left foot, rock to the left, and center. So those sways can be as big or as small as you'd like. Keep moving. Take a breath. And empty it out. One more. Stay. Release the hands. And then find your block. Put it in your left hand on its tall side in front of the left knee. Put a big bend in this left knee. Press off that block. And then twist right arm up and to the sky. Breathing in. Pull the right hip back behind the right shoulder. And a deeper bend in the left knee, but scoop the belly up. One more. Rotate through the mid-center. And then exhale, hand to earth. We'll lift again halfway to find that block. Right hand to it. Deep bend in this right knee. Press. And then left arm high. Twist. Reach it up. Squeeze the belly. Keep the left hip behind the left shoulder. Rolling through the rib cage. One more. Roll it down, empty. Both hands to shins this time. Block slides out of the way. Press yourself nice and flat. Hold. Squeeze the belly up towards the spine to support the back. Stay for one more, and then bring the hands to the center of the chest. Let the elbows come out wide. Put a soft bend in the knees, and then stand yourself up. Take a breath. Stay. Arms to the sky, reach. Grab your left wrist and pull yourself to the right. Squeeze your glutes, tug yourself on over, reach up. And then tug yourself over to the left. Center, reach. And then arms to your sides. So next time when you come up, you'll let the hands interlace. When they interlace, you'll then turn the heel of the hands like this to the sky. So arms will sweep up. All 10 fingers interlace, and then spill the heel of the hand up. Come up on your tiptoes if you like, get a little taller. And then sink down and lean right. Center, reach, maybe grow. Heels down, press those palms to the left. And come up to center. And then arms to your sides. Reach up, breathe in. And a swan dive, fold. And we'll just sweep through the ground and come back on up, reach and rise. Another side bend, grab left wrist, pull yourself right. Center up, squeeze your glutes. Go to the left. Center up, again, palms to sides. When the hands get to the top again, they'll interlace. And then the heel of the hand spills out. So arms come on up, big breath. Let them interlace, press the palms up, rise up. Heels sink, empty, hinge to the right. Center, lift, and to the left. Come up to center, and a swan dive. Halfway lift. And hands down, step the feet back, high plank. Pull the belly up and in, drop the knees, pick up the toes. Press the earth away, take a breath, and then round yourself back to that child's pose. Stay there for just a few moments. Let the head rock a little side to side. Breathing in and breathing out. 2 more here, take an in breath. Stay. 1 more. Drain out. Glue those palms to the earth. Envision dragging your nose along your mat. So you'll bend the elbows a little deeper. Maybe the forearms touch the earth. Hips stay high. Once your nose gets towards your thumbs, you'll press into the palms. Scoop yourself up into a cobra. Squeeze your glutes. And then chin to chest. Round it back. Child's pose. So we'll do that a couple more times. Press into the palms, soften the elbows, drag your nose as close to your mat. Once you get towards your thumbs, press into the palms, roll up, squeeze those glutes, heart open. Scoop the belly, send the hips back. Child's pose, Balasana. Inhale, slither it forward, roll it up, big breath to open. Maybe an up dog if that feels good. And then just round it back, drop the shins, child's pose. Last one, roll, soften elbows and forearms to earth. Elbows stay towards the body, lift up again, maybe float up. And then back to your child's pose. From here, plant the palms, curl the toes, take a breath, lift the hips downward, facing dog. Inhale to rise, and just sink. High plank again, breathe in, pull forward. Drop the left knee to earth. Side plank, right arm high, right leg long, reach. And then right leg lifts. Stack the shoulders. Stay here if that's enough. If you'd like to add a back bend here, kick that heel into your glute. Press the foot into the hand, roll the heart open. So we have this big arch through the front of the body. Really lengthen that heel straight back. Try not to tug the knee up and out of the way, so keep it hip height, pressing and opening. Maybe look up and look back. Breathe in. Stay. 1 more. Hold. We'll take a similar bind here. Unwind the arm and the leg. And then come to your table, but keep your leg up. Bend that knee again. Left arm up and around from the other side. So you grab the inside of the foot, hold the ankle, and then kick that foot up. Roll the left shoulder back. Stamp that foot as if it was on the ceiling. Check in with the right thigh. The more you're kicking into that hand, the better your stability is within your center. Just 1 more. Stay. Through spinal balance, unwind. And then hand down, knee down. Cow pose, heart open. Traditional cat round. Keep that cat, curl the toes, take a breath. Down dog, lift the hips. Up to toes, bend the knees, look forward. Come up to the front of your mat, walking, stepping, or hopping. Inhale to lengthen and press. Exhale to fold. Let the feet come out a little wider as you circle up. Big breath, reach. Grabbing that left wrist, tug yourself over to the right. Up through center, breathe in. Go to the left. Center, reach. Arms to your side. Again, we'll find that interlace. Come on up, reach. Hands interlace up on the toes. Heel of the hand to the ceiling. Sink the heels, breathe in. Go to the right, breathe out. Center, lift, maybe come up. Sink, go left. Center, reach. Feet together, dive and fold. Inhale, halfway up. And exhale, back to your high plank. And take a breath. Stay. So a little different, we'll keep the balls of the feet pressing into earth. Hug the belly up and in. Take an inhale, slide a little forward. But instead of bending the elbows, drop the hips, squeeze your glutes, open up your heart. Take a breath. And then exhale, lift it back, downward facing. Inhale back to that high plank, but the right knee drops. Turn up and open, left arm high. Stack the left shoulder, lift up towards the sky with the left palm and lift the left leg. Reach and then bend that knee. Maybe catching the foot, kick it into the hand, roll the shoulder open, look up left, breathe in. Breathe out. Squeeze through that glute on the left side, press the ball of the foot, look over the left shoulder if you have space. One more. Empty, unwind, breathe in. Back to earth, stay with that lifted leg if you can. Bend that knee as the right arm reaches. And then around to the inside of the ankle. Kick the foot into the hand, send it to the sky, roll the right shoulder back. Breathe in. Breathe out. Two more, fill up. Empty. One more, lift and kick, squeeze through your center. Drain it out, come back long, breathe in. Hand down, knee down, breathe out. Cow pose, heart open. Cat, round all the way back. Slide that nose forward, glue the palms, roll yourself up and open to that cobra. And round it back to your child's pose through cat. Roll through that cow, nose stays low, lift and lengthen at the top. Round it back, empty chin to chest. Two more, roll it forward, soften the elbows, press into the palms, scoop the heart up, roll over the knees. Round it back, big round through the spine, chin to chest, hips slowly to the heels. One more, send it forward, hips stay high, heart up and open. And exhale, send it back. Stay, breathe in. Breathing out. Press through the palms, curl the toes, take an in breath. Downward facing dog, empty. Inhale to rise, bend and look. Come forward, walking, stepping, or hopping to that full halfway lift. Lengthen, press apart. As you fold, feet walk out wide. Reach and rise, come on up, grow tall. Squeeze your glutes, grab your left wrist, tug yourself to the right. Center, breathe in. To the left, breathe out. Center up, arms to your sides. Relift, breathe in, interlace, come up on the toes. Sink the heels, go to the right. Come on up, reach again, up on those toes. Down and to the left. Center, breathe in. Feet together, swan dive, fold. On your next inhale, lift halfway, lengthen. Hands to the earth, high plank, step back. Squeeze your glutes, pull forward, but not chaturanga. Drop the hips, keep the toes and the balls of the feet pressing into earth. So funky up dog. And then lift it up and back, down dog. Forward, high plank. The right knee or left knee drops. Right arm up along with the right leg, Vashisthasana, breathe in. Bend and catch that foot. Open, pull the belly in, broaden the collarbone, and we'll stay. Take an inhale. Open the chest, exhale. Breathe in. And breathe out. One more here, take an inhale. Empty. Long arm, long leg, reach up. Hand down, spill forward, left arm long, reach. Up and around, catch the foot. Kick it to the sky, open. Stay. Take a breath. Empty. Unwind your spinal balance, breathe in. Hand down, switch the knees, so straight on to our second side. Turn the right toes out, left leg long. Inhale, left arm up. Followed by the left leg. Take a breath. And exhale, catch your foot. Open the chest, lengthen. Stay. Squeeze your glute, look up over that left shoulder. Hold here. Unwind, reach it. Leg stays if you can keep it up. Pull the belly in, square off. Right arm gets a little longer, send it out. And then up and around, find your foot. Again, you don't always have to find your foot. You can hold your hip. And you don't have to look over to the right, but if you have the space, look over that right shoulder. Squeeze up through center, stack the left shoulder and wrist. Hold. One more. Stay. Unwind, breathe in. Hand down, knee down, feet out, or feet together, knees wide this time. And then into Balasana, child's pose. Let the head mount. Find some heaviness. So we'll stay here for a few moments, letting yourself find space. Softening where you can. Breathing in and breathing out. Rocking your third eye side to side. Letting it massage out. Just two more. Take a breath. And let it empty. One more to stay. Let it release. As you find yourself ready from your child's pose, we'll come up to a tall spine, staying on the shins, letting the feet line up behind the knees and the knees come out hip distance, and then we'll just walk the hands up the thighs. So arms sweep up to the sky, take a breath. And then let them walk behind the back. Elbows start to hug in. So you have three arm options, or hand options, I should say. So the first one is thumbs inward towards your back and fingers to the sky. Elbows would hug in. And imagine my back is connected to my palms. The other option is the other way. So heel of the hand up, thumbs out, fingers down. So the fingers would be at the top of the hip crease. Or you can take fists and sort of press those into the low back above the top of the hip crease. So if you have your fingers up there towards the rib cage, if you have the heel of the hand up, that's what's connected to the rib cage. And then hug the elbows towards each other. If you have a prop that you like to use to squeeze, I like to use a block between my thighs. It just sort of makes me activate my glutes a little more and support my back. So anything, an extra towel, an extra bolster, anything like that that you have, you can use as well. So we'll squeeze through the glutes, lift up, and we'll stay here. So if this is enough, you can stay. If you'd like, Ustrasana or camel pose. We'll start to arch the heart sort of up and over those fingers, and then rounding back. So you want to only go as far as is comfortable, not leaning back from the legs. So you want to keep the hips over the knees and really roll over the hands, whatever that connection is. Chin to the chest if that feels better. Or if you can comfortably breathe and swallow, you can let that head drop back. So find a spot that feels good for you in your camel, and let yourself start to open through the front of the chest. So very similar to where we were at the beginning. Maybe the head drops back, maybe it doesn't. Squeeze those glutes, hug the thighs in. Stay for just one more breath. Let it go. Use the hands, squeeze, lift up. And then we'll have a seat on that block or whatever prop. It'll go between the heels, so hero's pose. So in hero's pose, the knees come together. We're not sitting on our heels, they're outside the hips. And the block can be under the hips. If you are comfortable finding your way to earth instead, you can do that as well. And then in our hero's pose, we'll just let the palms turn up here for a few moments. Take a breath. Empty. One more. Stay. Arms circle up, reach. And then let the right hand come down to earth. Lengthen a little taller. And then reach to your right. If hero's pose really isn't comfortable for you, you can always do this in a cross-legged seat of any form as well. So we'll lengthen through this left hand and then we'll take a really big circle around and then over to the left. Open through the shoulder, take a breath, and then big sweep, roll it around. So we'll keep that moving. You move at your own pace, maybe walk the hands along the earth, reach up, breathe in. Sweep it, empty the lungs. Inhale to really open and lengthen, find space. And exhale, send it around. Keep the hips glued to whatever they're connected to. Right arm maybe rolls a little back. And then back down through the middle. We'll end with the right hand down. So the next time you come back to where you started, stay there. And then instead of sweeping forward, we'll lift back up to where we started. Arms behind the back, let them set you up into that camel and then lift up off of that block if you like that block between the thighs. Bring it back to connect, roll the heart up and open, take a breath. And then on the empty, again, roll over those fingers. Squeeze the inner thighs, again, keep the chin tucked to the chest, or if it feels okay to let it open, drop the head back. But make sure you can still breathe. And make sure you can still swallow and are comfortable. So if you feel any crunchiness in the cervical spine, the upper neck, come back to this chin to chest space. Keep pressing the thighs forward, one more. Stay. Use the belly, lift up. And then again, have a seat. Flipping that block and sitting back down. So back to our hero's pose. Sitting up nice and tall. Stay. Arms circle up and reach. And then let the left hand come down, lean to the left. Breathe in. Breathe out, lengthen. And then exhale, sweep it forward. If you want to add on this time, you can lift the hips up as you come to each side. Settle down. And then go back, roll up. So sort of like that camel variety. Just arching through the spine. And again, if that doesn't feel good, you'll just sweep and roll the heart. These can be as big or as small as they feel good for you. The hip lift does not have to be very big. It can just be a small little roll up. Or it can be a big up and open, depending on how you feel today. Keep moving at your own pace. Keeping that breath in and out. And then we'll take just a full more round, so the next time you end up on your left side, left hand down that is, you'll stay there. And keep the hips to earth, let that right arm reach across, and then bring it up to the sky. Arms high, and then hands behind the back. Roll the heart up and open. And then stay seated this time, but start to walk the fingers behind the heels. So fingertips in, so the hands are facing the toes. Again, the thumbs are in. And we're on tented fingers, and we'll just start to walk the heel of the hand down and lift the chest. If that does not feel good here, don't take it. If you feel, again, comfortable letting the head fall back, you can open the throat, but only if that suits you here. It might feel a little better here with less tension on the back, so if it does, maybe give it a try, but check it out. See where you are and what works today. As you feel ready, chin to chest, come back up to that tall spine. We'll lean a little to the left and unwind this right leg. So using your block still, if that suits you, you might have to shift a little to the left so that your right hip is still on that block, if that feels better. Reach up tall and then fold down. So half heroes, Ardha Virasana, if that feels okay. Again, you're not trying to sit on the left heel. And if this block, if you don't feel you need it in the half variety, and you can set that right hip down, as long as this left knee is not coming up and you're not leaning to the right. So we want to stay square, knees are in line and close together. And then we can fold forward. If you are not seated on your block or you have a second prop, you can also let that come under your third eye, sort of right inside that right leg and in front of the left knee for a little support. And then as you're ready, lift yourself back up. Couple options. So keep your block available. That supported fish that we took earlier, we might take it here with a long right leg. So you'll put it behind you. Roll down onto it. And then melt over it. If that's not suiting you, forearms down. And you'll just stay here. If you can find your way to earth without letting this left knee come up, and I will show you that with my right leg. I've had 3 knee surgeries on my left knee, and it sometimes doesn't like to partake in reclined heroes. But if you would like to recline down, if this feels good and you're okay, and again, you can keep this right leg on earth, you can let yourself come down to the mat, keeping that right thigh in line with the right hip and the right shin bone down. And then this space between the back, you want to think of sort of pressing it down as you melt here. If you're seated on a block, I would recommend you not work to lay down. Instead, work this space to find earth. So stay on that block and either take the supported forearms down or see if lifting off that block is doable today. And if it's not, don't worry about it. So from our left knee still bent here, I will come into that supported fish variety where the block supports the back of my heart. And I just let my head fall back and throat open. Again, if that does not suit you, support the head with another prop or keep the chin to the chest. So we have a couple more stops along the way. If you would like to stay here and skip any of those or come back to your reclined heroes, Supta Virasana, you are welcome to come back here or stay in that seated. If you like a little bit of leg stretch, you'll prop yourself up on your forearms and then walk yourself up slowly. You can do this on or off your block. Right peace fingers to the right big toe, left hand content for support, and then you'll work to lift that leg up. Switch your grip maybe to the back of the leg. Now we're not trying to round the spine, but we're trying to lift up and pull that right thigh towards the body. Press through the ball of the foot. Soften the elbows down and soften the shoulders. And again, if this does not suit you with your hips on earth, you can find that block. Make sure this left leg is not lifting, so we don't want it to be coming up and leaning back. We just want a really long spine and a lifted leg. One more here. You can stay here, come back, or one more little step. This is a little challenging, so if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Take your foot, put it on your left hip, and then let the right knee sort of drop. Now this is an option for your block one more time. It can support that leg, or if that knee makes it to earth for that lotus variety, you can take that option. And then you can also work to twist towards the right. There's some binding options here with this right hand and this right foot. So this arm goes around the back and you actually would reach and connect to the foot, and then this left hand comes under the right knee and you roll your heart right. If that feels like crazy talk, just work this twist. Or you can bring this right foot to the left inner thigh and start to work that twist as well. So whatever option is here for you today, the goal really is not to turn yourself into a pretzel, but it's to move within your body in the space that suits it at this moment, this space in time. And each side of us is different, each day is different. We all come to this journey with very different starts. So take what works and leave what doesn't. It's really your journey, holistically, so make it yours. As you feel ready to unwind, come back to center. We'll extend this right leg long, and then hands down. See if you can press yourself up, bend the right knee, and then walk that left knee back just a little bit. So we're in a low runner's stretch. Find your block, or maybe two of them if you have two support options. Frame the foot, press into the palms. Make sure this knee is over the ankle, and then really lift the chest up open. And then straighten the right leg, round down. We'll do 5 of those. Inhale to rock up and roll open, hips sink, chest lifts, and roll back. You can walk your blocks with you as you fold. Inhale, broaden and lift. And exhale, round it back. 2 more, I think. Breathe in, open. We'll do 2 more either way. And send it back, chin to chest, round down. Open up, breathe in. Last little bit on this side. We'll find our half split here and we'll stay. So if this suits you, stay. If you'd like to work into the extended split, you'll slide this right foot out and away from you and let the right thigh come to earth. So no worries if that doesn't happen. That's where, again, your prop is helpful. It can set up under that right thigh. You can stay upright, or you can fold. And don't be afraid of the fold. Sometimes when we are working on our hips, folds actually sometimes feel a little less intense, so don't be afraid to lean forward and fold. See how that suits you. If you're choosing to stay upright, lift the chest. One other option for those blocks, if you have 2 of them, and you can keep the shoulders from becoming the ears, so if you can really focus on supporting yourself with your hands without sagging, you can use the hands with soft elbows to support the weight, and then lift up that way as well. 1 more here in our split or our half split. Stay. If you took the half split, you'll bend the front knee and then find yourself back in a table. If you took the full split, we'll lean to the right. We'll swing this right leg around under us and then come back up through all 4s. On your inhale, roll your heart open, cow. On your exhale, cat. And do that again, open, cow. Tuck and round, cat. 1 more, open, cow. Round it into cat. Come back to neutral, find that block, put it between the heels, back to your hero's pose. And then this time we'll lean a little right, swing that left leg along, adjust your block so it is under that hip and the right heel is outside. So again, we're not trying to sit on this heel, but it's outside the knee or outside the hip. And then stay like this here for just a few moments. And then we'll fold forward. And then stay in that fold. Let yourself find heaviness. Melting down. Just a couple more here in our fold over our half heroes, Ardha Virasana. And remember, these are all just pieces of the puzzle, so you can come back to any of them that feel better, or if you'd like to spend a little more time in one of them versus the other. As you feel ready, with or without your block still under that leg, you can lift yourself up. And then we'll start to walk ourselves back. So again, if finding the forearms feels better, you can keep this left leg long, keep the right thigh. So we don't want this right leg to roll out wide to the right, but we want to stay in connected to the left thigh. You can stay here, press the heart up, let the head fall back. If you would prefer to use a block to support you are welcome to take that. And if finding the earth is an option here, and you can lay down comfortably and breathe and not let this right thigh bone lift up, you are welcome to take the reclined or Supta Virasana, reclined, well, Supta Ardha Virasana, technically reclined half heroes. And let the eyes close. Softening here, breathing, finding space. Just a couple more here, taking note of where you might feel some tension or some tightness. Maybe it's in the front thigh, so through the quad. Maybe it's in the right hip or the right upper glute area or the low right side of the back. Just see if you can work into that space with your breath. See if you can keep your hips even in space. And then as you start to lift up, making sure you're not using that right quad to be the driver. So the hands, if you're laying all the way down, you'll walk your elbows, lift up onto your forearms, palms up, and then lift. So again, option, either left or right hand, whichever one you want to grab the foot with. The other is your tent hand. Bring that leg up, hold the back of that thigh. Again, try not to round the spine, but lift the heart. So heart towards the shin bone towards the chest, and then the toe towards the crown. So lift up, hug the elbows, lengthen the spine. Breathing in, breathing out. So another option as well, I didn't mention this on the other side, but if you have a strap or a towel, those are always options to connect to your body. So if it seems far away to find your foot, towels, straps, belts, anything like that you have at home are great options for that. And then if you'd like to play again here, you'll start to lower that leg. The heel comes towards the right inner hip crease, so half of a lotus. And then if that feels like a lot to drop the left knee, you put a block under it and you can sit with that leg up. You can let this left knee start to soften down. And then if you'd like to twist, you can twist to the left. So same option with that strap. It can loop around the foot, and you can reach for it with this left hand behind you if that is something you want to play with. I have these straps that actually have loops made in them, which are kind of cool, so you can actually loop it around the foot, and then you can put your hand in another loop to pull yourself around. So just tools and practice of choosing. If you're finding that foot with the left hand, it's left hand, left toe, you're going to flex the foot into the hand. This right hand, palm down, thumb away from you, goes under the right knee. So you'll press down as you lift up and then twist to the left. And again, all of that just might sound crazy. So don't do it if it does. Do what suits you. So another option, I'll turn and face you here, is in this half heroes with this right leg, you can take this left sole of the foot to the right inner thigh, and you can just work a much more gentle twist to the left. Last couple, wherever you chose to go with your twist. as you feel ready, come back to center, re-extend that left leg, and then roll up onto the right shin, bending the left knee. You'll walk that right leg back and set it back down. Heart forward in your low runners stretch or low runners lunge. And then slide back. Remember, use the props that suit you. We'll roll it 5 more times. Up on fingers, blocks, heart forward. Maybe look up, round back. Roll it open. And round it back. Just one more big breath in to roll open. And then we'll round back and stay. So half split, Ardha Hanumanasana. If you're looking for Hanumanasana or split, stay here for a couple moments. And then maybe as you lift the chest, this left heel slides forward. If you have a towel and you are not on a carpeted surface, you can put that towel under the heel and it'll just sort of let it slide out a little easier for you. And then again, any prop or tool you'd like under this left thigh or under the hands. See if you can walk that right leg back by curling the toes and then maybe letting the foot unwind. And then upright to stay or folding. Other option, if you're not seated on a block, folding sounds like a good idea, but you don't want to hold your head up and the floor seems far, and you can drop forearms and let your third eye or anything like that come to earth. Really draw the right hip forward, so square through the chest and the hip. And melt. 2 more. And then same thing, if you're in that half split, you'll rebend the front knee, step it back to a table. If you're in the split variety, you'll lean to your left, swing that left leg in. This time though, if you're in that split, you'll bring the right leg along. If you're in that table, you'll find a cross-legged seat. And then we'll find our hands on our knees sitting up. So you'll take a breath in and you'll just lean right, and then you'll lean left. Pull to the right as you push on that left arm, and then push right arm down to the left. So you can continue that side to side with your breath, or you can start to take it into half circles, pushing and pulling. And those might turn into full circles around a couple times to the right. And full circles around a couple times to the left. And then as you're ready, lift yourself back up, drop your right ear up to center and drop left. Center, right, center and left. And then maybe neck rolls through the front and through the back. And come up to a tall spine, roll the chin to the chest, round yourself out. And then come on back up. Seated cow, heart forward. And seated cat. Open out, breathe. Round back. As you come up this time, stack the spine. Plant the feet on earth. Let the knees come together and then wrap your arms in front of your shins. So you're holding, trying to get elbows. If that doesn't work, forearms. And as you're ready, we'll lift the chest up. Same thing for that seated cow, really open up. And then think of rabbit pose. And if you're not familiar with rabbit, what you're looking to do is round the chin to the chest. And then think of your third eye as connecting right to the top of the knees. So you're rounding down, and then you're going to push back through the spine. So a big circle through the middle. So you're trying to arch yourself away from your legs, tuck your chin, pull your third eye towards your kneecaps, And then hold on to the arms tight. Inhale to open, lift up, arch away, round it back. Open up, breathe in, arch, round back. 2 more like that. Open, round it back. 1 more to open and round it back. Come up to neutral. And then let the arms come alongside the body, chin to chest, and see if you can roll down slowly. When you get to the mat, walk the feet closer to the hips, press down through the feet and the hands. Roll the shoulders a little under the back. We'll take 5 rolling bridges. So plant down, inhale, ripple up. And exhale, wave down. So the arms can join, arms up and over, breathe in. Lower down. Inhale, lift up. And lower down. 2 more, breathe in, lift up. Lower down. Inhale, lift up. Your choice is to lower the arms and stay, or you can continue with 5 more rolls on your own. So either you're choosing to hold that bridge. If you're doing that, you can walk the shoulders under the back, clasp the palms, press down through the pinkies. You can also take your block of choice and slide it under your sacrum and rest on it for that supported. Or you can continue to move through your rolls. If you chose to stay upright and lifted in your bridge, stay for 1 more. If you're rolling, the next time you come to earth, stay there. Now we'll all find earth and curl ourselves into a little ball. Give yourself a squeeze and rock side to side. So we'll take that rock and roll front to back. If you do not have any issues with the head, the back, the neck, and the shoulders, you can always land in plow and you can rock up to boat pose. Make sure you have enough space behind you and in front of you to do those if that's what you're looking for. If you're just looking for little rock and rolls, you can do sort of what we did at the beginning, so little rocks and rolls. If you're rolling all the way back, maybe the toes find earth, and then maybe you rock all the way up to that boat pose. You can float the arms, tuck and roll back. So find what suits you. You have 10 breaths to rock and roll as it works for you. So continue to move through the spine. And then the next time you come back to that plow or on your back, let the hips reset, legs up to the sky, arms alongside the body. Different option today. If you have a wall close by to you, you can sort of windmill your legs to it. So you'll slide to that wall and you'll sort of let the legs come up the wall, making sure that you have space to soften and release. You can stay here with lifted legs or let them work out into a straddle. If that doesn't suit you and you would like to take a traditional Shavasana or traditional type of final rest, you can stay where you are. If you'd like to have lifted hips, whatever your prop device is can just sit, same thing under the hips, and again those legs can just rest up a wall at any height. In a straddle. You can also do this with sort of bent knees if that feels good on the back. So sometimes with a block and bent knees that feels really nice. Finding your place to your final closing posture, final rest. If you need a couple more moments to rinse anything else out, feel free to do so. And then as you're ready, soften. I'll let you find a few moments here of silence for yourself. Slowly inviting movement to return to you. Fingers and toes wiggle, knees tuck into chest, sliding off of any props or away from any support you may have taken. Finding your way onto your right side if that suits you, and then up to a seat as you are ready. I thank you for sharing this journey and your practice with me today. The light in my heart honors and greets the light in yours. Thumbs drop to our third eye as you are ready, eye of intuition, knowing that you truly are a blessing. Namaste. Thank you all so much for practicing with me today. Again, I'm Amanda if we've never met before. I look forward to seeing all of my Pittsburgh yogis back in the studio, hopefully in a couple weeks here. So stay tuned while we are waiting for that go ahead to get back into our studio space, and I'll continue to connect with you on video. So have a lovely rest of your day. Stay safe, stay home, stay well, and keep practicing. Thank you so much. Namaste.